Your employer does not control the sort of service you render. You control that, and is the thing that makes or break you. There is a suitable reward for every virtue and appropriate punishment for every sin a man commits. Both the reward and the punishment are enforced over which no man has control, as they come upon himself voluntarily. What does that mean? The hard work that you do and the virtue that you do every single day, for example, not lying, not stealing, that is a reward that the energy throughout the universe is going to reward you. And you cannot control that because it's come to you at the times that you're not expecting, as also as the sins that you do every single day or throughout your life. They come as punishment throughout your life as well. That is a saying that my grandma always said to me when I was growing up is whatever you do in this life, you're gonna pay right here in this time. Some people has the idea that you have to go to some place to pay your sins or to pay how good you are in the life in this life. My grandma has a different approach. Probably an afterlife you can go somewhere, but you also gonna pay what you do right here. So for example, if you lie to so many people, right, you kind of get this energy, and then as you go through life, you also meet with another liars, and they're gonna lie to you as well, right? And then the sins that you do, you also gonna be punishment over here in this lifetime. So make sure what you do, you have character, and make sure what you do, you're a good person, because God is watching what you're doing. For example, I have my sins as well in my past, but I always make sure what I did, I pay very fast. For example, drinking alcohol, right? I did drink alcohol for some period of my life, and I know this is a sin, and I understand, and I pay very well and very fast. You know, is for me is how great is it that you do things for a couple months or a couple years, and then it's coming very quick. It's coming very fast. The punishments for your sins and also the rewards. For example, if you read a book and you expand your mind, and for example, I read so many books and you expand your mind to be a great person, right? And the rewards come very, very fast as well. For example, if you go to an interview, right, and then you pass your interview to get a new job, it's probably because you read so many books, and now your mind is expanded to reward with that job that you want, right? First impressions really do count. Dress to look the part that you intend to play in life, but take care to not overdo it. I really do believe in this as well because first impressions do count. Like the way you dress, like the way you dress. And if you want to be a successful businessman, for example, you must wear the suits and the tie. It's probably you can do it without those things, but in some periods of your life, in some periods, and it's the rooms that you go, you must wear a suit and tie. You must impress what you're dressing in, especially in this modern society, right? And then if you want to be a rapper or if you want to be a dancer, you gotta dress appropriate for that environment that you're going to. For example, I saw some videos on the internet. Some people go to the court, right, to do something, right? And then they dress with a t-shirt and shorts, and the judge say for them to get out of the courtroom, right? Because they are not dressing properly for that environment. So make sure you dress appropriate for the environment that you go, and you dress as what kind of message you want to pass for the people who want to first met you in the person. Because I heard some quote before as well, like you look very different for every single person. So the way you dress speak itself what kind of person you are, but it's more above than that. is the energy and the frequency that you have. That's why a lot of people, you must work in yourself. If you want to impress another human being, you must work in yourself first. Don't try to impress people by makeup, for example. Put a lot of makeup and try to impress people. If you eat healthy and you go to the gym and you do exercise, your skin is gonna look good. You don't need to wear so much makeup, because when you shower, all that makeup is gonna go away. And then when you meet some person, they also can see how much makeup you have and how much wealth you have, how much you are wealthy because of your energy and because of your frequency. And those things in life you cannot lie about, especially for a person who is already fit. You, you know, understand what I'm saying? You cannot lie to fitness, for example. Or if a person is fat, you cannot lie to those things. You understand it because you're not disciplined enough. That's why you're fat. And then the person who is fit, they are disciplined enough. Of course, you can sneak out a popsicle over here or chocolate over there, but your diet must be very, very healthy to become a healthy person and to become fit. There's those things in life you cannot lie to another people. For example, if you're fat and you say to me that you eat health all the time, but you cannot get fit, that's a lie. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to another person. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, move along. One of the most valuable things any man can learn is the art of using the knowledge and the experience of others. Great achievement is usually born with a great sacrifices, and it's never the result of selfishness. Yeah, that's very good. For example, if you wanna have a great achievement, for me to order to for me to speak in English and speak with confidence, and so people can understand this, because I started learning English when I was already adult. So I read 100 books and I put 1,000 hours on school, 8 hours, 10 hours a day for 2 years to start to learn and to start to speak properly, so people can understand me properly and what I have to say. And that's a very sacrifice. You got to be very focused. You got to be alone for long periods of time, so and then you can go to the spotlight, and then people can understand what you're trying to say. Most of the people, they think like, okay, I'm going to learn English, but they put a few hours and they never read or they never write. You're never going to be able to speak properly. You're never going to be able to speak as the native English people can understand you and then trust you, because the speaking is very powerful. And then, of course, communication is more than the language, but regardless of that, that's a sacrifice that I put. That's why I'm be able to speak and people can understand the message that I'm trying to pass to you guys now. Hot heads go with cold feet. He who is losing his temper is usually a bluffer, and when called, it's a quitter. The man who is afraid to give credit to those who help him or on the way, opportunity will pass with